Can somebody tell me right now when I go on TikTok and you go to that little search bar, you press that little blue highlighted word, no matter what word you press, 95% of the time it's going to show you maybe one or two results of that, topic or something you put in. And then it's just naked women or like half naked women, twerking, showing off their bodies. Like, why? Why? What are you like? What, like, it makes me think, you know what I mean? What are you trying to do? Like, this is like TikTok is a youthful app. You know what I mean? It's majority of children. You know what I mean? I go on it, not a ton, but I still go on. You know what I mean? And the fact that I'll literally type in like I'll press a blue highlight where it says SpongeBob or something. It's like that, and then it's like some girl in like a oversized shirt with like triple knockers, bro. You know what I mean? Bouncing SpongeBob up and down. I'm like, yo, what? Like, this is not how society should function, right? And it makes me also think, you know what I mean? I deleted Twitter about, 4 or 5 months ago because for some reason when they added that For You page, it was literally like porn. Like I even turned on the safe setting. I turned on the safe setting on my Twitter to make it so it doesn't show me, you know, explicit content. Because, okay, first of all, I'm a dude, 24, by the way. You know what I mean? Obviously, I still enjoy watching, like, not enjoying, but like, of course, I'm a dude, right? I like women, attractive women, and throughout my life, I've kind of had a bad, throughout a kid just watching that type of stuff, and it's terrible, and I want to move past it because it's not good for me. It's not good for someone that's trying to, regain their focus and understand their future. It's just that type of stuff isn't cool. And then not to mention, Twitter is naked women, and then all of a sudden, it's just people dying. Like I'm watching people die. Like I was in Arkansas playing baseball at the time when Twitter, like last year when Twitter introduced their For You page or whatever, and all of a sudden, like my teammate next to me, they're like, "Yo, like what the like? Look at this video on Twitter." So I look over. I don't even know if I can say this on YouTube, but it's a dude. Let's just say falling from many stories and landing on a pole. That is not content that should just be thrown in front of your face. That is not what people are meant to see. And you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of terrible content when I was a kid, but hey, I was, going through YouTube watching those reaction videos. Unfortunately saw those terrible videos back in the day, but my morbid curiosity got me to look it up and find the, back rooms of the internet to find these terrible videos, you know what I mean? As like a 11-year-old, which is terrible. But at least they were, you had to seek them out, right? You had to seek them out. Now, it's just thrown in front of your face. And you know what? Those videos have long lasting damage on my subconscious. I will let you know that for sure. And then not to mention, all of a sudden people on I know that use Instagram are like, yo, tell me why, like, I'm sure you've seen those memes too where it's like, yo, let's time how many seconds it takes for me to run into someone dying on my Instagram reels. Like, so we got forcefully nudity shown in front of our faces. We have people dying shown in front of our faces on all these major platforms, and it just seemed to just kind of like happen, right? Like you know what I mean? Like people are like, oh well, maybe you're looking at women, you know what I mean, and it's coming up as your For You page and just blah 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 blah. Like it is what it is. Because I just got out of a relationship about a month and a half ago, and I did my best. I did my best to try, you know what I mean, to stay away from that content because I was also doing long distance, not seeing for 5 or 6 months. And the last thing you need is more nude women thrown in front of your face when you haven't, been intimate with your partner for that long. So I was just trying to avoid all that stuff. And it just, the more, like, I tried to avoid it, eventually I kind of cleaned my social media away from it. But, towards the end of my relationship, there would be times where I'd open up my Instagram. Like, this is recent, like, so 2 months ago. I'd open up my Instagram in an account that I'm following, not following, have no interest in this account, never explored this account, never have done this. It would be an account. The first thing I would open on my Instagram. I don't know. Apparently I'm like one of the only people who've experienced this. The first account I would open up on my Instagram would be legitimately like the most provocative, like borderline. Like I literally just went onto the hub and just smacked the first video I pressed. Right? Like literally, like it's barely hiding everything. It's just like the most like dude, like, and I'd open my Instagram because I cleaned it, right? Like I cleaned it. I'm not, going out liking women's photos. I tried to, and I would open it in front of, my girlfriend at the time, and it would be like a girl, like literally barely covering, and just like bouncing it up and down. Like I'm like, and she's like, real nice, Mitchell. And I'm like, I swear to God, like I promise you, and it would hurt her. You know what I mean? That's terrible. Like it makes you feel very insecure. Like what is my partner looking at? You know what I mean? Like does he look at me like that? Like he doesn't. You know what I mean? And it creates a lot of doubt. And I don't blame her. And she's like, you know what, Mitchell, that type of stuff doesn't pop up on your feed unless you look at that type of stuff. And I'm just like, please, and I don't even blame her for thinking that because I would not if I didn't actually have that popping up on my screen. And here's the thing, I'd go to comment and I'd be like, yo, is anyone else dealing with this? And then it would be comments are blocked. I'd go onto the account, block it. It would be like it would literally have like 0 followers, but the videos would have like tens of thousands of views and no comments. That means they're somehow getting it onto people's feeds. So I blocked the account. A few days later, another account just like it would pop up on my feed, and I'm just like, almost like hopeless. Like made me feel like a sense of hopelessness. Um, on that aspect, and it's just like, what is it about? What are they doing? What are they doing? Because these are the biggest platforms in the world, forcefully showing you. You know what I mean? I'm not the biggest religious person. I want to get back into it. Considering after I lost one of my best friends last week, it's another reason why I'm making this first video because I just I feel like we need to be out there for human beings right now. Especially men. You know what I mean? Women too. Obviously, I'm not discarding them, but I mean, it takes a man, uh, trying to understand another man and what they're going through to help them. You know what I mean? That's what I'm starting to believe. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. That's what I'm starting to enjoy, and just I'd like to do that. And for me, it just feels like the devil's work. It feels evil. It feels like we're steering away from God. And you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not the biggest religious person, but I feel like it doesn't take a super religious person to really see that. And to really see that like and it's like there's lots of Bible scriptures and just stuff throughout, the past, throughout history, through thousands of years that kind of talks about this situation. You know what I mean? Talks about how, you know what I mean, like it's just like a society ending, and like when you're breaking apart a civilization, the best way to do it is to, you know, take them away from God, make obscenities normal, make, just thought culture on both ends, dudes. We're not supposed to just give out our sexual energy like that to women. You know what I mean? We're not to any women, at least. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't deserve it, just like how a lot of dudes don't deserve to give their sexual energy. Just you know what I mean? People, I don't know. That you get what I mean. That being said, where do we go? Where do we go from here? How do we fix this? And I feel like what I'm doing right now, you know what I mean, might be able to, you know what I mean, spread some light on the situation, because a lot of the understanding I've come from seeing what's wrong, with society, and I've realized, you know what I mean, that this is being thrown in front of us, and there's some bigger opposition trying to suppress men, because believe it or not, we're the ones that defend big, big one there. We're the ones that defend. We're the ones that rise up when we're put down, like throughout, revolutions. You know what I mean? We're the ones that rise up when we're treated unfairly, when we're, neglected as a population by the people controlling us. We're the ones that stand up, and, say, we're not going to take this. We're not going to allow you to oppress us as a civilization. We're not going to allow you to take away the basic, needs of a human being, and that's freedom. You know what I mean? To do what we want to do, to, procreate, raise our kids, teach our kids the right way of living, and be good citizens and carry on humanity. You know what I mean? Like that's it feels like that's what they're taking away from us right now. And we got to be the ones to stand up and say no. Say no, say, "Hey, we're not going to let you do this to our brains, make us weak." Because what it does, because realistically, what it does, it makes you weak. Porn makes you weak. Over sexualization makes you weak because it makes you lose your focus. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not someone who's fully recovered from any of these situations, but I know I'm getting better at it, and I understand that you can be better. And there's so much more to life than this fucking, you know what I mean? Like just, you know what I mean? Fucking jerking off to some pixels on your screen, and that's what they want everyone to do. And that's the younger generation right now. We're raising a bunch of porn addicts. We're raising a bunch of people with low discipline. And you want to know what happens when you get an over sexualized, weak, emotional society? You get rapists, you get murderers, you get crime, you get the year we're in right now. You get the situation our world is in right now. And what do we do? I don't know. This is one of the only, like, the only way I feel like is just telling about it. You know what I mean? If we can all see it, it doesn't work. I don't know. This is my first video, you know, talking about this. I'm just, I wanted to I've always kind of wanted to do this. I'm just taking action. You know what I mean? So we'll go to the gym. I recommend you do as well. Um, think on it. Maybe, I don't know. Drop a like. Let me know what you think. I appreciate if you made it to this. If you've made it to 13 minutes of me talking, I really appreciate that because I've never made a video like this. So let me know how I did. Thank you very much.